of the final event. Are you guys amped up to see these dumbbells flying up to space? Are you biting at the chops to see the athletes take to the power stairs after? You can hear those dumbbells thundering down on the ground as the athletes warmed up and get their shoulders, legs, and cores ready to launch those big monster bells up. I'm excited. We got 40 athletes today, whittled down from the 160 that we had yesterday. It was a long day.
Yeah, but it was a good day. And these guys fought, battled, and now they're here. And now it's time to see who's going to win this thing and be in the strongest men on earth next year.
With 10 athletes in each division, the top 10, we're going to see a true display of skill at every turn, and that's going to mean a lot of amped up feels from us and you guys getting at the edge of your seats. Yesterday, I had to remind myself, I'm not up in a box like I was last year. I'm here on the floor, and I was getting amped up, and my voice was a little hoarse. I had to have some tea yesterday to get ready for today. How about you guys? Vocal cords all good?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I mean, I'm all right. I'm fine. I'm ready to go. Day 2, here we go.
It's hard not to get excited when these athletes have worked so tirelessly in the months leading up to this.
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, absolutely 100%. And everybody fought really hard. They trained really hard. They've been doing the right thing. Now they're here. This is the culmination of all their hard work, and it's going to be fun to see who comes out on top just all the way around.
How about this dumbbell coming up? I see we have 2 different dumbbells on the field. We have the Rogue Slater bells, those monster bells, and we have the Mike Bartos Power Center Globe bells. You guys have a preferred choice on either of those, Nick and Victoria?
I'm going to say the Rogue dumbbell, and that's because that's the only one I've trained on. That and plate loaded. But I haven't had a chance to ever put hands on a Globe dumbbell. So it'll be interesting because, like I said yesterday, depending on what these athletes have to train with, during their training block, they might not have even put hands on it. So it'll be fun to see.
These are big. I mean, each of these dumbbells weighs as much as a human being in some regards.
Yeah.
And the athletes are going to have to press it with one hand overhead. 4 reps.
Yeah, holding a Coke can. You remember, the handle's the thickness of a Coke can, so on the big dumbbells. So that's going to be pretty interesting.
And if you were here yesterday, you know the drill with the lanes, but if you weren't, I'll remind you, right here, this is lane 1. This is our women's lightweight category. In lane number 2, this is our lightweight men's category. Lane number 3 on the Slater Monster Bell is our heavyweight men's open. And lane number 4, right over here by JF Carone, is our women's heavyweight category. Those are our 4 lanes, and that's where we'll get to see all the athletes hurling those weights up overhead. In a short moment, we'll be bringing out all of the finalist athletes, all 40 of them, give them a brief intro so you can remember their name, reach out to them, let them know you love their performances, and then we will have our national anthem to kickstart day 2 of the Shaw Classic.
You excited? You ready?
I'm ready to go. I want to see how this plays out.
What about you guys? You excited? You ready for this? All right. I can't wait. This is going to be pretty interesting. So, all right, do you announce the weights of the dumbbells and stuff? Do you have them? I can go get them. Let's go get them. Okay, I will get them. You keep talking.
And our elite judging staff is making their way onto the field. We've got Travis Ortmeyer, Jerry Pritchett, JF Carone, Chad Coy, Mark Philippi, Ed Cohen. The standard of excellence, and the athletes are going to feel the wrath of some very strict judging calls all day long.
225 and 125. Okay, so 100.
And Van Hatfield, how could I forget you? Your bright smiling face this morning.
Okay. So,
He's awake.
the weights for the lightweight women are 100 pounds. For the heavyweight women, 125 pounds. For the lightweight men, 185 pounds. And for the heavyweight men, 225 pounds for reps.
That's a good chunk of weight for reps. A good chunk across the board. The lightest dumbbell being 100 pounds?
Yeah, for one hand.
I love it. That's what we want to see here
Yep.
at the Blue Arena.
Thank you. So we got it all what I just said right here.
You have your glasses on to read that?
I do now. Oh, hey, look, I can see it.
Just like that log press, though. Taking that weight all the way from the ground, bringing it to the shoulder and pressing it up overhead, rep after rep, these athletes are going to feel their conditioning. These 60-second max reps events are just so grueling. When we did the farmer's walk yesterday, or the loaded carry medley, if the athlete's strong, if the athlete's fast, they're done in 30 seconds. But there is no choice but to work as hard as possible for the longest minute of their life on the Circus dumbbell here.
Right, and the form is going to have to be on point, too. The judges are strict. This is not going to be something where anything's given away for free. You will either get it right, or you're going to have to do it again. There's no in between.
Absolutely, and one thing that Carrie had mentioned to everybody this morning is that their intention is to set the standard with this contest, right? And that's what they plan to do. They're not going to let anything slip. You guys are going to see some of the strictest judging that you've probably ever seen in the sport. And, I mean, that's the way it should be, right?
Yeah.
It needs to be.
Exactly. Nothing's worse than setting a record and then have everybody on the internet tear it apart because the judge let something get away that shouldn't have happened.
Absolutely, I agree.
But the athletes are building up off of their performances from the qualifying rounds. If they did place well and they summed up a lot of points yesterday, it does reflect in their scores, but we did have a bit of a retabulation based off of the 10 athletes per division versus the 30 or 40 they might have had yesterday. Right. So it does help to have a lead, but maybe not as much as it did yesterday. Yeah. 2 events today, 2 events tomorrow, and then we will find our champions. I believe we are ready. So let's see these athletes, our finalists, ready for day 2 of the Shaw Classic Open. All right, we will bring our lightweight women's competitors out first. Taking first to the arena floor is Stacy Burr. And second, Nadia Morrison. And third is Kira Rickson. Coming up next, Heidi Ellen Humar. Jamie Strong. Taylor Woods. Holly McRae. Crystal Stancic. Diana Ferrer. And Kristen Ellis. These are our women's lightweight competitors. Up next to the arena floor is our lightweight men. Coming out first, we have Nick Strauss. Jack Turner.
Let's go, Jack.
Blake Hoffman. Philip Brinkman. Harry Walker. Josh Harrelson. Matthew McQuiston. Richard Muchigamba. John Alaimo. And Alex Sukup. Now athletes, y'all pack in real tight, maybe turn a little bit to your side. We're gonna get you all in here. Turn sideways, get a big prom picture going on. This is our lightweight men's category. Up next in our heavyweight men's open, Joey Lavallee. Josh Gregory. James Jeffers. Nicholas Gardione. John Fuhr. Alex Kopp. Big Nick Smith. Joshua Spurgeon. Tim Buck. And the world's strongest firefighter, Andrew Burton. That was our men's heavyweights, and up next is our women's heavyweight category, Jacqueline Rhodes. Laura DeBert Romilly. Nadia the Storm Stowers. Jennifer Lyle. Athletes, pack it in. Get real tight there, heavyweight men. Like you love each other in your sleeves. Ashley Crawford. Jackie Ochevsky. Nicole Genrich. Nancy Johnson.
That's it.
Erin Murray. And Melissa Peacock. These are your heavyweight women's finalists. All right, Joey Lavallee and Sukup, get close together, guys. Everyone pack it in. Let's get a nice group photo. Ladies and gentlemen, your Shaw Classic Open finalists. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for our national anthem. Let day two begin. Send these athletes back with another round of applause and some love. And now begins the Circus dumbbell.
We'll have some weight sheets. What's up? You'll have some sheets. I will take 2 yards. I like the way you guys did it yesterday.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you take the movement.
One little final meeting here. Getting everybody ready to go. You guys excited for it to start? Me too. I feel like a little kid. I'm just sitting here just like, it's like I want to go. I want to play.
I feel that, Nick. Trust me.
It's like the silence right before the storm.
Yes.
Huh? So Chad Court. So Chad Court.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chad Coy. He's the head referee. What are you guys going to be looking for in judging this, and what's the time limit?
The time limit is 75 seconds. Head through, bicep in line with the ear, standing totally erect.
All right. Anything else? No. Well, thank you very much.
Let's have a good time.
All right. So that's what they're going to be looking for. So you can't be out to the side, you can't be over here, can't be leaning too much. And it is going to be 75 seconds.
All right, our athletes are almost ready, making their final preparations. I was just back there with Mr. Joey Lavallee, and he says, let me go, I'm ready. So they're biting at the chops to get out here. Let's go. Some final adjustments on the field, making sure the dumbbells are set, and then we'll bring out our first heat of competitors. I was just checking the athletes. It looks like they're going to bring out a dumbbell. So, let's do some power engagement.
Okay.
I see someone you can pick up.
All right, you go that way, I'll go this way.
I think we're going to switch out another dumbbell here real quick on the arena, but while we do, let's do some crowd engagement. And I see right in front of me, two of my favorite Canadians out here in the crowd. Max and Sam, how are y'all doing?
Really good, excited. Just watching Joey not miss his dumbbell.
Way to put the pressure on your countrymen there. Sam, how are you doing?
I'm great, just happy to be here. Hi, everyone.
Y'all are both phenomenal dumbbell pressers. I'm sure there's a party that's going to watch this event. Oh, don't be so modest, Max. You can put up a mean dumbbell. I'm sure part of you wants to get out there and take a whack at these yourselves. How's the dumbbell feeling these days for you guys?
It's feeling great, honestly. I'm just looking or waiting for a promoter to put a 200-pound dumbbell there for me.
So you're biting at the chops for a world record. Max, what about you?
Well, I'll show you guys on Sunday.
There we go. Spoken like a man ready to put his words to the test. Max and Sam, everybody.
All right, how you guys doing? So who are you rooting for today?
Probably Nick, just because we've watched him, you know, be towards the top the last couple of years, so ready to see him win.
All right, where are you guys from?
South Dakota.
Oh, right on. It's a long trip.
Oh, yeah.
We're right on. I hope you guys are excited. How you guys doing? You having fun? All right, cool. Thanks.
All right, over on my side, who here wants to give a shout out to an athlete or a few athletes? Let me run up the stairs here real quick, or speed walk, however I can do this. All right, who do you want to give a shout out to today?
I'd like to shout out Harry Walker today. Go get it, bud. You got this. Brian Shaw, thank you for putting on an amazing event. This looks phenomenal. I can't wait to see some heavyweight moved. Let's go, guys.
Very nice, very nice. And if I'm not mistaken, Harry took second at America's Strongest Veteran a few weeks ago. Is that true? All right, there we go. A vet in the house, okay.
I got another shout out over here, Victoria, and she's got her face adorned with some paint, ready for support. Who are you here to support?
Stacy Bama Burr. We got Nick Smith and Harry Walker here too. We're ready to go.
Ready to go. Another Harry Walker fan as well. Where are you guys down from?
We came up from Florida. We're going to live in South Carolina, and we ended up in Colorado somehow.
I think you made some good choices. Little man, how are you doing? I love your pumpkin shirt. Are you enjoying the show?
Maybe.
Maybe. Way to put the pressure on these athletes, leaving it up in the air. I love it. Thank you guys for being here.
So we're gonna start calling out our first athletes here. In lane 1 for the lightweight ladies, we have Stacy Burr.
In lane number 2 for our lightweight men, Nick Strauss. In lane number 3 for our heavyweight men, Joey Lavallee.
And in lane number 4 for our open heavyweight ladies, we have Jackie Rhodes.
The stage is set. Here they come. Let's hear some thunder.
I think Joey means business.
Absolutely, I see it.
"75 seconds on the clock. 15 seconds longer than their log yesterday.
Now, these guys have to be facing the referee as well. So if they drop the dumbbell and it's not facing the direction, it's got to be, they got to be facing the ref.
Joey missing that down command a little bit. Oh, and Strauss, bit shy of establishing that overhead control.
And Jackie on
Rhodes.
rep 2 over on lane 4.
Yeah.
Lavallee and Strauss have found their groove.
30 seconds left. Joey's banging them out.
15 seconds left. They need your help, everybody.
Five, four, three. Time.
Nick Strauss was so close with that last-ditch effort. Give him a round of applause. Big power.
Great start to the day.
Great start indeed.
All right, next up for the lightweight ladies on lane 1, we have Nadia Morrison.
In lane 2 for our lightweight men, Jack Turner. And lane 3 for our heavyweight men, Josh Gregory.
And in lane 4 for the open heavyweight ladies, Laura DeBert Romley.
All right.
100 pounds, 185, 225, and 125 pounds, respectively, down the lanes.
Athletes getting chalked up and ready to go. Let's go.
Oh, Rommel, you're just missing that lockout barely.
Stay calm, let's go. Stay calm.
The athletes are really feeling the power of that lockout bearing
30
down them.
seconds, 30 seconds.
Look at Turner with that hard-fought rep.
Jackson's turn it up.
15 seconds left. This is it.
And time.
There was no quit in any of the athletes. 75 seconds is such a long amount of time with those monster bells.
You have to show control of the weight, or they're not going to give you it down.
But that lockout is so tough with that big weight on one arm.
Yeah.
All right, next up for our lightweight ladies, lane 1, Kira Rickson.
In lane 2 for our lightweight men, Blake Hoffman. Lane 3 for our heavyweight men, James Jeffers.
And in lane 4 for the open heavyweight ladies, we have Nadia Storm Stowers.
This should be a good event for Nadia.
Oh, absolutely. Nadia's a powerhouse at pressing, so.
Look at Kira with dominance on lane 1. Kira too quick on second rep, but there she goes.
True.
Easy 3 for Nadia.
Like a machine. Like a machine.
Kira Rickson just locked out number 5 there. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds left, and Kira Rickson has 7 reps. Can she do one more?
5.
Look at Nadia. So close.
Wow.
What a tremendous fight.
8 reps from Nadia.
Wow, 8 reps. That is a lot to pack into 75 seconds.
Yeah.
Incredible.
All right, next up, lane 1 for lightweight ladies, Heidi Ellen Humar.
In lane number 4 for our lightweight men, Philip Brinkman. And lane number 3 for our heavyweight men, Nicholas Gardione.
All right, and in lane 4 for the heavyweight ladies, we have Jennifer Lyle.
Brinkman was so fast on that medley yesterday. He can pick up sandbags with ease. So I imagine that takes over on the Circus dumbbell clean a little bit.
I don't think he's going to gas out on this.
But Gardione has a fire burning.
Yeah. Let's go, Nick.
Easy first rep for Jennifer.
That was such a clean overhead for Nick Gardione right there. Really lining up his shot.
2.
explosive leg power from Brinkman right here. Nick Guardione has 3 reps. Oh, so close for Phillip. 30 seconds left. He did not get the down call from Terry Hollins there.
It's strict. Got to stop moving with it.
15 seconds. Oh, another missed down call from Terry Hollins. Wow. Those 2 missed reps for Guardione are going to hurt. That's a lot of energy expended. But when you've got Big Tell as your judge, you got to hold it.
You got to show control. So in case anybody's wondering, the order of the athletes is from the previous event.
That's correct.
So.
All right, next up in lane 1, we have Jamie Strong.
In lane number 2 for our lightweight men, Harry Walker. In lane number 3 for our heavyweight men, John Fuhr.
And in lane number 4 for our heavyweight ladies, we have Ashley Crawford.
Harry Walker in the jorts. We talked about this yesterday.
Runner.
That's a 5 to 10% performance increase.
It is, with the shorts.
Crawford is the first to get a rep on lane 4 there. Jamie locks out a good rep there with the dumbbell. And Walker fighting but didn't get it.
You got to remember to push up by your ear.
"25 seconds left. Harry Walker,
Yeah.
look at that. That's 1, he says. 5
awesome.
seconds.
3, 2, 1.
Wow. You can tell how much that 1 rep meant to Harry there.
A lot. Because 1 rep in this is going to be good points.
He's got enough energy to run off the field. I'm jealous.
I know. I remember when we were young and spry. Oh, wait a minute. You are young.
All right, next
I remember
up.
when I was young and spry.
Next up in lane 1, we have Taylor Woods.
In lane 2, Josh Harrelson. In lane 3, Alex Kopp.
And in lane 4, we have Jackie Ostrevsky.
You can climb mountains a lot better than me.
Harry can climb mountains a lot better than either one of us.
Yeah, that's true. You can also shoot. He's a lot more dangerous. Probably the most deadly person here.
Chad Coy enforcing the no double sleeve rule there. Sometimes these athletes might want to have a little bit of extra protection, but it is not in the rules. Alex Kopp with a clean rep. Same for Ochevsky. Josh getting that down call from Pritchett.
It's good in this event to be ambidextrous.
Alex Kopp worked so hard and got the rep there. Big points for Kopp.
Come on, Jackie. Let's go, Jackie. 20 seconds.
Look at Ochevsky in lane 4. 15 seconds.
10.
Wow. Way to go, lane 1.
Yeah.
I love that buzzer beater in lane 1 right here, and you know how much it meant to her.
Yeah. Well, it's neat to see some of the athletes actually do both hands with this. She was doing it with one hand, switched to the other one, and started getting successful
but finishing
reps.
off with those 2 reps.
Yep.
That's some good points.
All right, next up in lane 1, we have Holly McRae.
Lane number 2, Matthew McQuiston. Lane number 3, Nick Smith.
And lane number 4, Nicole Genrich.
There's no shortage of explosive power here. It's those lockouts. A true test of shoulder stability. McQuiston with a clean first rep.
Genrich looking strong over in lane 4.
Wow.
Lanes 1, 2, and 4 are putting on a tremendous show. And Nick Smith left it all there, but knows his match. 30 seconds left. "15 seconds, athletes. Let's go."
Gotta love it.
Lane 4 barely missing that, but still got a lockout after the buzzer. That was a phenomenal display of power from lanes 1, 2, and 4.
Oh, yeah.
They did not stop the whole time cap.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. All right, next up on lane 1 for the lightweight ladies, we have Crystal Stanzik.
In lane number 2 for our lightweight men, Richard Muchigamba. In lane number 3, Joshua Spurgeon.
And in lane number 4 for the open heavyweight ladies, Nancy Johnson.
Let's go, Nancy.
All 4 athletes have reps on the board. Muchigamba in lane 2, 3 reps down so far. So clean.
it's interesting to see the different techniques. "20 seconds.
Terry really making Josh Burgeon hold it. 10 seconds, athletes, let's go. That was great. I believe Richard Muchigamba got 6th there in lane number 2.
Yeah. Killing it. 4 in lane 1.
Well, all those athletes. That was a great heat.
Yeah, but it's pretty neat looking at the different techniques. You see the person coming out with 1 arm sleeve on, 2 arm sleeves on, so they can use both arms. You know they're only using 1 if they got 1, and no arm sleeves on the other side.
You really see the skill in all of these finalists, and I know we're going to see some more skill in this next heat. Who do we have in lane 1, Victoria?
In lane 1, we have Diana Ferrer.
In lane number 2, John Alimo. In lane number 3, Timothy Buck.
And in lane number 4, the Aaron Murray.
Reps across the field. Ooh, Tim Buck did not have total control. A tough call from Terry Hollins.
And these reps are no problem for Aaron in lane 4.
John Alimo looking strong with these lockouts here.
Tim's finding his rhythm too.
And check out Diana Ferrer. She is explosive as can be. Aaron Murray showing a little bit of fatigue. About to get back at an attack. "10 seconds left, give them some love." Diana Ferrer had that lockout right before the buzzer was called, and that is a good rep from Travis Ortmeyer in lane 1. That was the epitome of a buzzer beater, literally a fraction of a second before.
Yeah, it's the strict judging of this is absolutely amazing because you will not get anything for free.
But it is fair and level across the board, and I know our heavyweights are really feeling it with 225 pounds locked out there.
Straight across the
Tim Buck
board.
is feeling it, and Guardione is also feeling it too.
Yep, exactly.
Who do we have next, Victoria?
Next up in lane 1, we have Kristen Ellis.
In lane number 2, Alex Sukup. In lane number 3, Andrew Burton.
And in lane 4, we have Big Daddy Mel Peacock.
Our final heat of competitors for the Circus Dumbbell.
Hands off. Melissa up with 1 already.
That 1 rep means a lot for Andrew Burton.
2.
He said this is one of his least favorite events this morning. So he's gathering his energy. All the while, Sukup is just blowing down reps. And Peacock has not stopped. Sukup did not have control. His feet were not under him. No
30
downfall.
seconds.
Ladies and and gentlemen, this is your last heat. Let's hear the arena roar. 15 seconds.
15. And time.
What a great last rep there from Andrew Burton.
Yeah.
Same for Sukup.
Agreed.
I mean, this was just a tremendous display of strength and prowess here on the dumbbell. And I know there were some tough calls being made, but it is tough and fair across the field.
Straight across
Every
the board.
athlete got the same judgment.
Yep. No complaining.
It's tough to be a judge.
It is.
You know, it's tough to hand out those calls. You're everyone's least favorite friend when it gets called against you, and I'm sure Terry's feeling a little bit of weight there, but hey, you want that standard of excellence to know you really did your job and earned your way to the top.
100%.
How about that? That was some skill, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for the athletes one more time. I imagine the athletes are feeling it pretty hard. For me personally, that's one of my least favorite events. Having to do all that weight with one arm, it puts a tremendous amount of stress on the elbows and the shoulders. They're probably going to be hitting some cold tubs in the back and plunging their bodies in ice water to get ready for this power stairs up next. Good thing with the power stairs, they're already set up there. We're just going to bring out some pins with a lot of weight on them, and we'll get clanging and banging for you. Thank you for being here, everyone.
That moves so much faster with 40 athletes. That was so good.
I was looking over, like, hey, maybe not really.
No, we're imagine this was going to be a little bit longer because of the reset with weight. You go get a word on how much time we have?
Okay. Hey, let's give a hand to the crew setting up the power stairs and doing the dumbbells and everything else, and how hard they're working for us. I'm sure they appreciate it very much.
Points.
All right, our athletes are getting their final preparations for the power stairs. Now this event will be a little bit different. We're not gonna have 4 categories of athletes moving at the same time. This is power stairs. And you want to be looking across those stairs to someone you're competing against in that same category. So it will be a true head-to-head event. We will start with our lightweight women up first, then it will be our heavyweight women, then our lightweight men, and then our heavyweight men, all the way across the field. I personally like that. There's nothing more satisfying than when you get to the top and you see your rival struggling to still get to the top where you're already standing. That's the way it should be on the power stairs. But as you see the stairs behind me, 3 pins that the athletes will have to take from one step to the next, getting them to the very top before they come down. Now, each of these pins weighs a good chunk of change, and they have to lift it up 5 steps each. So as I was coaching some of my athletes for this event, that's 15 deadlifts and footwork involved. That is a lot of endurance to keep those hips moving for 15 reps, not to mention the fact that these handles get heavier as you move on through the series.
Yeah.
Most definitely, and personally, this was one of my favorites. I'm taller, so I have that advantage, and I loved this event every time I did it. So it's going to be great to see how these ladies fare with these weights.
I love power stairs. It's so fun. But a setup like this, I mean, you don't have this in a gym. No. So a lot of people just have maybe one box that they can bring something up on and then put it back down and do it for reps. But to have that coordination, the articulation to jump from one step to the next and then go back down, there's also a good element of fear in these athletes' minds that I don't want to fall and eat some rubber on the floor when I'm coming down for the next one.
Yeah, that's an uncomfortable feeling when you're up on the next to last step and you're trying to pick it up and leaning back. The good thing is these steps are actually really deep and wide, so you're not going to get as much as that as you would on a more narrow set. So that's the great thing about this setup. I think the only thing you can really simulate this with in training is the rogue boxes. You know, those you can actually stack up, but you're not going to be able to get 5. You might get 3 steps in those to simulate it a little bit, but that's about as close as you can get without actually practicing on them.
And even then, stacks of boxes compared to some cold, hard steel, just like this, I mean, this can take a beating and then some. I mean, we use it at the strongest man on earth, and here we get to use it now again for the open categories. Exactly. This thing's going to be around longer than any of us will.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Nick, when was the last time you did power stairs in a contest?
I would see Warwick, Canada, I want to say 13 or 14.
Do you remember your rival for that set?
My what?
Your rival. Who did you go against?
Was that you? No. I can't even remember. You do so many.
Did you win or lose?
I think I won that one, but...
That's a good answer.
Yeah. Pretty sure I won that one, because we had to go up 2 flights, and then we had a smaller flight with a heavier implement. Those implements are like a triangle, and they're really tall, and the steps were 19 inches, so it was really difficult to do. So you had to like grab the V part of the handle, not the top part of the handle, get enough height to get over.
Well, you brought up a good point. A lot of these pins can be very different shapes and sizes. I know we have the Rogue loading pins right now with these nice steel disc plates on top of them, but Brian also has some very almost cuboidal pins back there. They're very, very blocky. And sometimes when we've trained with Brian in the past, he has these actual cylinders that you load plates into.
Correct.
And there can be a vast array of different shapes, and that dramatically changes the load onto each step. Yeah. Victoria, you spoke very fondly about power stairs. When was the last time you did power stairs in contest?
If I remember correctly, it was America's Strongest Woman 2022. That was the last time I did power stairs. I couldn't tell you who was on the stairs with me, but I did win that one. So again, I'm very fond of this event.
Nice. My first time doing power stairs in contest was actually the only time I did in contest at America's Strongest Man last year. And although I wasn't the first one to get the first pin, I was the one who won that series because my rival fizzled out by the time he got towards that last pin. So it's not a matter of being quick. It's a matter of having that endurance and making sure you can last all 15 of those steps.
Yes, without a doubt, absolutely. And not everybody has it, but we're going to find out.
I'm sure, based off of both y'all's testimonials, there is no more satisfying of a feeling than giving it your all and standing on the top.
And getting
seeing
to the
your
top
other
of the
competitors
stairs.
still down there coming up.
Yeah.
But you still cheer for them, and you want them to get it done, because that's what we do.
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure. No doubt. Actually, Corone won that. In Canada, Corone was the one that won it. He's here.
Corone was who you went against?
No, I didn't go against him. He's the one that won the event.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, he's going to be judging this one.
I know.
The standard of excellence.
Yep.
I think it's 60 seconds. It might be 75 seconds. I think I'm getting word that this will be a 75-second time limit, which is good. 15 steps. They're going to need it.
Yes, and they will be very appreciative of that 75 seconds.
I believe we're not going to see finishes all across the board. There are going to be some athletes that get stuck after only a few pins and steps.
I think so. I think you're right. But, I mean, equally, I think there'll be enough athletes that also finish.
You've earned that right. See if I can get some of your lists.
Okay. Those things, we're not going to be able to hit you. Yeah.
So Nick and I were just talking down here about the height pick, or the pick height on these power stairs implements. And these are at 15 inches. And when they're at 15 inches, it gives both the taller athletes and shorter athletes a fighting chance. More so the shorter athletes, so to speak.
Yeah.
Because the taller, of course, the pick is, and if you're shorter, right, you don't have as great of a chance, I guess, to get to the steps.
Still, that height, it's going to be a test. And I was talking to one of the other athletes back there. It's not so much as just standing up like you would with a deadlift. You now have to lunge that weight forward. And when you're pushing the weight forward, you're lengthening the range of motion. So you're going to see athletes pulling up with the elbows, flexing the traps to get that shrug, whatever it takes to get that pin up and secure on the step. It has to be secured.
Yeah.
So they might get it on the edge of the step and they'll be there shimmying it, using up more energy and more time. It's going to be grueling.
Yeah.
2 75-second cap events in the same day, woo, I don't envy them.
Well, and we're also going to see probably 2 different techniques because the implements are different as they get heavier. So they're going to have the plates, so they're going to be able to lift and pop their knees forwards and pop it on there. Whereas the heavy ones with the big ones, you can't do that with.
No, but that's going to be one of the ones where if you can get up to at least get the handles kind of closer to the hips.
Yeah.
That involves the elbows more now too.
Yeah.
So you're talking about biceps and shoulders, and
grip and forearm strength.
But this is strongman.
Yeah, it is.
We want it to be full body. We don't want to isolate movements. No curls here. Let's do some power stairs.
It's not easy, man. Yeah.
How is everybody doing today? Who enjoyed the dumbbell event? So this is it's awesome, and I really appreciate you guys coming out and supporting these open athletes. You know, I know a lot of emphasis gets put on the strongest man on earth and setting that stage, but this is incredibly important to me to give all of these athletes a stage to perform. A lot of them have trained incredibly hard. They have traveled from quite literally all over the world to be here. And now we're looking at the top 10 in each class. So this is really and truly incredible. What I will say about Power Stairs is this is gonna be a brutal event. And the more that you get behind them, the more that you cheer them on, the more they're gonna push harder. And they're gonna be tired. They're gonna be tired. So we're gonna bring them out. The way we're gonna do it is we're gonna go all of the lightweight women head to head. Then we'll go the open women head to head, lightweight men head to head, open men head to head. So we'll just progressively increase the weights, and we're gonna get each class out. So we're gonna bring out, we're gonna get started. All the lightweight women are ready to rock and roll. Let's do it.
And there we have our weights on the flashcards right in front of the Power Stairs. The lightest pin for our lightweight women, 175 pounds. The middle pin, 200 pounds. And that heavy pin, 225 pounds. That's gonna get them tired. And it's only gonna get heavier as the day goes on.
Each step is gonna get a little bit more real each time.
All right, we are ready to bring out our first heat of athletes. Let's hear it.
All right, first up for our lightweight ladies going head to head, we have Heidi Ellen Humar and Jamie Strong.
So you're sitting there, you're getting ready to go, you're waiting.
It's just the nerves and the anticipation.
Yep.
I can't help but notice the footwear here. Got some platform shoes
Yeah,
with Heidi,
smart.
with some Olympic weightlifters for
Yeah.
Jamie. Very strategic choices. Give it a little bit of extra range of motion.
Hey, one less inch you gotta lift to implement.
Exactly. I love it.
Smart.
Judges getting squared away back there on details. That's the hardest part, is just keeping the nerves from getting too amped up
We're just sitting
when
there
you're playing
waiting.
the sit and wait game. See Heidi chalking up the handles.
Smart. Don't have to re-chalk your hands in between. Very smart. So that would be passing the strongman IQ test.
I think so too. You got the time, use it, give yourself a best fighting shot.
Mm-hmm. That was smart, you guys. Judges getting set, timers are getting ready to go.
And they're off.
Yeah!
going to see
got a
them
good
jumping on this
race.
first one.
Synchronized set, synchronized power stairs.
Heidi has pulled ahead.
Wow.
Can she keep that momentum?
Holly is flying.
Look at
motoring
Heidi.
through.
And Jamie still finishing with a great time of about 30 seconds.
Wow. That was quick.
Fast. Now again, these are our finalists, so there is skill all across the board. The order is based off of the placing of the previous event on the dumbbell.
Correct.
So it's hard to really judge or at least predict how this is going to go until they actually do it. But those are some good pace setters right there.
Yeah, absolutely. They look solid, look strong. Like we talked about with getting back down the stairs, sometimes you have to be careful because a little slip can cost you.
All right, our next two athletes are coming out. Who do we have, Victoria?
All right, we have Kristen Ellis and Taylor Woods.
So that one they were both really quick on. That came down to how they came down the stairs. Two different techniques in the first stair when they came down, and that made the difference.
Yeah, and you can see that jump and hop from one step to the next. That's a very hard thing to keep that level of energy all the way through to that last pin, but both athletes had no trouble.
Oh no, they smoked it. Yeah. Little bobble.
Taylor has pulled ahead. But Kristen is right behind her. Taylor Woods, so nimble on the way down.
Now the weight's getting there.
Fatigue
They're
is setting
close.
in. Taylor Woods.
Wow. That was a good comeback.
But Kristen was right there to answer the call. This is going to come down to very quick times in fraction of a second from one competitor to the next.
Yeah, she made up a good step and a half on the stairs on that last run.
Look at our staff here just getting warmed up. It's only going to get heavier for them to bring down all throughout the afternoon or the morning.
Yeah.
They're getting their workout today.
All right, y'all, next up, we have Crystal Stanzik and Stacy Burr.
Stacy and Kristen. Yep. I'd love to see that fist bump.
Yeah.
The camaraderie in this sport is next to none.
Yeah.
You know, if there's one thing that I've admired about this sport, being part of this sport, is the sportsmanship among everybody. It's just really something unique.
It stands out like a diamond in the rough.
Yes, absolutely.
We're all going through the same stuff, and it's fun.
We know the sacrifice, we know the sweat, the tears, and sometimes the blood involved. It's nice to find a kindred spirit that you're staring down across that set of stairs.
Yeah. What do you mean sometimes blood's involved? There's a lot more than sometimes. Almost every time to a certain degree.
A lot of heavy weights and heavy feels we have to endure.
This is true. Good times.
That was me yesterday.
All right. Just waiting on the meeting. All right.
Technical difficulties, I hear Chad Coy say. And what's any contest without a couple technical difficulties sprinkled here and there?
Don't know.
Here we go.
All right. Travis. And they're off. Here we go.
Crystal's pulled ahead already. Let's see how quick she gets down. Crystal, the first one to the third pin. Oh, this might be where Stacy pulls ahead.
Oh, it's getting close.
The pressure is on.
It's getting close. It's getting close. And there we go. Yeah. Wow.
All it comes down to is just some little catches or impacts on the lip of those steps, and that makes all the difference.
Yeah. You got to understand, though, your time doesn't stop until you take your hands off the implement.
Yes.
So when you go up there with it, you got to get them off quick. As quick as you can.
One of the ever-present variables also is, as a competitor, keeping your composure, because this is a metal set of power stairs. So you hear your rival banging on the way up, and if you haven't started yet, that might get in your head.
Yeah. That was another heck of a comeback.
All right, guys, next up, we have Nadia Morrison and Diana Ferrer.
It's like just find out of the gear and turn it on and just step on the accelerator right at the end. All the athletes coming out with some type of higher shoe or Olympic lifters.
Right? I'm seeing boots and lifters.
Yep.
Strategy. And we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah.
How many pairs of shoes are you going to travel with for its competition?
A lot.
One for each event.
And then some. In case events change.
For the dinners, and the breakfasts, and everything in between.
That's true.
Maybe some flip-flops for the pool.
Some slides. Always bring your slides. That way you don't have to tie your shoes. All right, here we go.
So evenly matched, these two.
Wow. Synchronized.
It is
All
neck
right,
and
here
neck.
we go.
Nadia versus Diana. Who's going to take it?
Uh-oh. Here we come.
Oh,
Wow.
that was close. That
Wow.
might have been Diana Ferrer, but I'm not sure. Either way, look at that embrace. Those
Wow.
ladies gave it everything.
Yes, they did.
And we will have to get an official ruling from the judge, but that's what I love to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Going fast.
What a show.
Yes, absolutely. I think Diana pulled that one off, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, you guys, rounding out, finishing off, our lightweight ladies. We have Kira Rixton and Holly McRae.
I just got word from Travis Ortmeyer that Diana Ferrer came out ahead right there. So that was a win for Diana on the power stairs. Barely.
It's a close race.
Kira versus Holly.
Here we go. Kira's flying.
Kira has pulled ahead. Look at that power from Kira. Oh, stumble.
Oh, mistake. Here we go. Last set.
Kira Rickson.
Wow. That was fast.
And Holly McRae.
Kira destroyed that.
Kira had such a cushion of time from how fast she was going that even with that stumble, she had plenty of space to just keep going and get that win.
Yeah.
So explosive, so explosive.
It's like super quick to each step. Just boom, 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 boom.
Yes, absolutely. She was going too quick. That's where her, I think, stumble came from.
Yeah. But you could tell the work's been put in for that. That's a lot of practice right there. Even stumbling, she's so rhythmical and so fast with that. You get in that rhythm as you go, and you just stay with it.
Most definitely.
Yeah, even rushing, she was still flying. So that was good. All right.
Are we done with that was it?
That was it for the left.
All right, then we will have our open women up next, but that will mean a weight increase across the board. And here come those rogue plates.
Let's see a show of hands. How many of you had not seen the power stairs done before you came here today? Oh, okay. Okay, what do you think? Yeah? I know you can't see it, but I've had goosebumps since we started today, so it's a bittersweet thing for me to be on this side instead of over there competing.
Power Stairs has been one of those really cool events that has just been tested historically through Strongman and its origins with World's Strongest Man. I have some memories popping into my mind of actual steps at a city location, and the athletes were having to take them up a whole flight of stairs.
Yeah, yeah.
That's gnarly.
Yeah. And then we did it in an arena in South Africa, too. And those steps were like 20 inches tall. So it was, and the implement was 500, so, and the deep. So it was pretty interesting. And the tops were grass when you went into that, so it caused a lot of issues for the guys. I think Derek Poundstone lost his hands on that one. He tore like the skin off his hands.
Well, the hands are taking a beating after yesterday's Farmer's Walk with those brand new implements from Rogue, and now the Power Stairs.
That's going to make a difference grabbing these, because if your hands are still sore from the Farmers or you lost any skin on them, this is going to make this a very difficult event to do.
And the thing ever present in the back of the athlete's mind is I got to keep my hands healthy for those Atlas stones at the very end.
Well, yeah, yes, you can suck it up and get through Atlas stones with tore up hands. It's just going to not be a lot of fun putting the tacky on them.
You're spoken like a real hard man there, Nick. Yes, you can suck it up, but you prefer not to, okay? Let's keep the hands in one piece. No blood coming out of them, no calluses removed. But, you know, it's all part of the game.
It's not about feeling comfortable. So they're just getting the next set of the implements set up, the weights added on correctly. So double and triple checking.
Yeah, and look at that weight increase. 225. What was the heaviest pin for our lightweight women is now the lightest pin for our heavyweights. 225, 275, and a 325-pound Rogue power pin at the end of that series. And if you think about a 325-pound deadlift just on its own, for one thing, it's easier on a barbell than it is a power pin. But now you're doing it on a power pin, 4 or 5 steps at the end of those other 10 reps. Yeah. That's no joke.
No. Yeah. It's going to make the oxygen up here real thin, real fast.
Another thing, too, for people who have trained on different types of plates, whether it's rubber bumper plates, cast iron or pig iron plates, or these steel discs that are more dense, the denser that weight gets, it just feels heavier. So you compact into that tight form profile, it's like you're lifting a chunk of star alloy or something out of there. Let's forge Thor's hammer out of it.
Yeah. Steve and Brian double checking all the weights. That's a lot of 25-pound plates.
With the amount of weights it takes to run the Shaw Classic, you could probably have at least 4 or 5 functional gyms made out of it.
Easy. Easy. Or just Brian's gym. So the director's over there changing his own weights.
Okay, I'm over here with Travis Ortmeyer, one of our esteemed judges. Travis, on that first group with the lightweight women, there were a couple of quote-unquote technical difficulties. What are you all looking for in terms of judgment calls that make these technical difficulties on the power stairs?
Well, you know, as far as just the completion of the event, the stair has to be all the way over the line on the stair. But the technical difficulty that we had a screwy stopwatch with one of the backup timers. For some reason, it was doubling the time on everything he did. So it was exactly twice the time that I would get. So we had to figure out what was going on there.
But you said backup timers. That's one of the things I love about the Shaw Classic is there's so many redundancies because you want to have all of those numbers to compare to give the athlete their true measurement and metric with here. Now, are you doing, if the athlete doesn't finish, are there any judgment calls that you have to make based off of that?
So we were doing split times if the athlete doesn't finish. So the number of stairs and how long it took them to get to that stair. That way, if we have 2 guys that finish with, let's say, 12 stairs, the guy who gets there faster is going to win over the 2 of them.
Well, I know we saw everyone finish there, but I can imagine as these pins get heavier, we might have some incomplete series. But Travis, thanks for doing your thing and being here to make those fair and level calls throughout the day.
Absolutely, brother.
All right, we are set. Let's bring out our first 2 athletes in our women's open category.
All right, let's hit it off. First, we have Laura DeBert Romilly and Ashley Crawford.
Every heat is going to be a great heat. These athletes are such a high caliber because they have earned their spot here at the finals.
Absolutely, 100%. Now we're going to see the difference as the girls get a little taller.
But a full 100 pounds difference between that first and third pins is going to get spicy.
Oh, it's going to get real spicy. There you go, good rhythm.
Romilly has pulled ahead slightly, and Crawford is now ahead again. Here we go. Crawford on her way up. Ashley Crawford.
She's got it.
And Laura Romilly is closing in.
One more stir, one more stir. Let's give it to her. One more stir. Hands off.
Wow. And you could see how heavy that weight was by how much longer it took her to get it off the ground in that last one. But completing that set, it feels so good.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's almost like watching boulders roll down the mountain.
Yeah, it's just as thunderous.
Yeah, that's for sure.
All right, next up for our open ladies, we have Nancy Johnson and Jackie Ochevsky.
There's a height difference between these two athletes. You wonder how much that's going to play a role with clearing the distance of these 15-inch steps.
Yeah. There we go. Wow. Nancy's moving. They're both moving, but Nancy's moving.
Neck and neck, these athletes are.
Who's gonna take it? Get behind him, guys.
They're close.
Look at that.
Come on.
And Johnson right behind her.
Nice job.
What a run.
Yeah. Not bad for somebody who's got a hunk of metal in their leg.
Yeah, that, for anyone who didn't know, Nancy Johnson broke her tibia pretty badly at the OSG World Final in 2022.
Yep.
So she was doing that with a chunk of metal in her leg.
Yeah, from when they fixed it, yeah.
All right, our next two athletes take to the power stairs. Who do we have?
Next up, we're gonna have Erin Murray and Jennifer Lyle.
Again, these are reverse orders from the last event. Chalking the handles. Very smart. That way you come down, just grab and go. Synchronized.
Murray's footwork down those steps proves to be an asset.
It's gonna be a good time.
Wow, Murray just barely got that. She had to fix her second handle because I could see it from here. It was just barely hanging off the lip of that step, and that is one of the rules that Travis Ortmeyer and JF Carone are looking for.
Little mistakes are very costly. That was a very costly mistake. But she had a really, really good time.
That took about another 3 seconds, didn't it?
Ouch.
But that's what it comes down to
It's
at the
the little
finals.
small-
These athletes are so well trained that it's only going to be minor mistakes. It's not a question of power or strength. It's a question of precision and accuracy.
Most definitely. All right, next up, we're going to have Jackie Rhodes and Nicole Genrich.
Remove it. Two down.
Nicole in her third pin on the way up.
Oh, little stumble. Up.
And Nicole has done it. Come on, Jackie. Summon the power.
Come on, Jackie. Let's go. 30 seconds. Lots of time. Let's go. 2 more. Come on. Let's go. You got it. You can do it.
Come on,
18.
Jackie. The crowd is with you.
You got this. 15 seconds. You got it. 10. You got it. Hands off. Hands off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jackie Rhodes getting the job done.
I can speak from experience, Gabe, that there's nothing like a crowd getting behind you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when it counts. That was amazing.
Makes all the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, and
Yes.
empowering.
Yeah. You just feel it well up through your whole body.
All right, our next heat.
All right, this is it for the heavyweight ladies. We have Mel Peacock and Nadia Stowers.
All right.
Now, these two athletes were the highest placing on the Circus dumbbell up prior from this event. Can only imagine it's going to be a heck of a show.
Oh, yeah. Both good deadlifters, both strong backs.
Are there any Nadia Storm Stowers fans in the house? What about Melissa Peacock fans? Let's give them some love as they put on this show for us.
Here we go. Oh, they're flying.
This is going to be a close one. Mel has pulled ahead.
Yep, here we go. On the third. And that is
Melissa
going to be a
Peacock.
great time. Let's go, Nadia.
And Nadia Stowers.
Wow. Way to go, Melissa.
That was fast.
That was a good time.
That'll conclude it for our heavyweight women's category, and we will get the pins reset and the stairs cleaned up for our lightweight men up next. Every single heat is just such a joy to watch. These athletes have worked so hard to get here. After they finish this, they have only 2 more events left waiting for them in tomorrow's list.
Yep.
They have a Hummer tire deadlift,
Yep.
and they have Atlas stones.
Yep.
Both very back-intensive movements, and their back is fried after these 15 steps.
So to have to do 1 day of contest is something, but to have to do 3 days of contest is just something, if you've never experienced it, you will never know. These athletes have to turn it on 3 days in a row. They have to eat, they have to rest, they have to recover, and they have to come back, and they have to turn it up even higher than the day before.
Oh, yeah. And the hardest thing is going to be turning it off and getting sleep after the first day because you're excited. It's especially if you either did really well or you did really bad. Because both, you're just like super excited for the next day to chomp back at it and fix what you did wrong and chomp back at it and increase your lead. So either way, you got to figure out a way to get your food in, get relaxed, and then sleep that next night because it's a big deal. And then
Now, Victoria, you know what it's like to be in the shoes of these competitors. What is the first thing you're doing after getting done with this last event, staring down the barrel of day 3 tomorrow?
I'd be grabbing my stuff and I'd be hightailing it to the hotel. I was always a competitor that I turned it on when business needed to be done, and after that, I was back to the hotel resting, eating, right, recovering. You're always gonna have time for the chit chat and for the camaraderie, but after your events are finished, when you have another day of events, that's not the time, so.
You're here to get a job done. You've worked so hard for all the months leading up to this. You put so much sacrifice into these results. You got to leave no stone unturned.
You got to be selfish. You got to be
Absolutely.
selfish.
And look, we are now getting our new loading implements out here. These are those blocks that I was talking about. Very different shape than those circular plates loaded onto that Rogue power pin.
Exactly, and now you're going to see a massive technique change on these, because there's certain things you can do with the plates that you can't do with the other pins. So you're not going to throw your knees into the side of that block.
That's a big one, right? Is when you have the large diameter of those plates, they crash into the legs pretty easy.
Yeah.
But here, that's a much more thin profile. You can't rely on your legs touching those. Now it's going to be pulling that handle into the hips.
Correct.
And that may or may not be something that the athletes are prepared for with whatever they have to train on at home.
Yeah, most people don't have an implement like that to train with, so it's going to make a big difference to see you can figure that out on the fly, like when you're in the back and you're warming up on the ones that are back there.
It's something very special when you need a forklift to bring out the weights that these athletes are going to lift for repeated steps on end.
Yeah, or to take them off.
Yeah. I love it. But look at that big one. The weights, 350, 400, and 450 pounds for our men's lightweight category.
Look at Terry Hollins over there, putting things into place.
450 pounds on that last one, that's incredibly massive. And they will still have that Rogue power pin as the first implement, but that's going to be a significant shift.
That's what I mean.
It's crazy.
You're going to use two different techniques for this.
All right, as the stage gets finalized and set, let's bring our first two athletes out to the field for our men's lightweight category. We will have Harry Walker up and Blake Hoffman. Harry Walker, all smiles. He's happy to be here. That man has had a stacked last couple months of competition.
Oh, yeah, he has. Norway, went over to Scotland. So he's been all over the place.
Not to mention, prior to that, his military time in Africa.
Oh, yeah. The most dangerous man in the building.
You'd never guess it by the disposition of that man's cheer all the time.
I know.
Walker versus Hoffman. Both guys feeling the weight right off the bat.
Did Harry even touch the stairs on the way down? Come on, up. See, now you're seeing a different technique.
Look at this. Harry is feeling that tremendous weight.
It's much harder to use your knees to get that weight on.
There you go. He found his groove. Come on, Harry. Harry is onto the 450.
Come on, Harry.
30 seconds
30
left.
seconds, let's go.
Come on, Harry. Find the power.
You gotta lean it back, Harry.
And Hoffman.
Up and lean.
Ten seconds, guys.
All right.
Wow. What a difference.
Yeah.
Both men could not even get one step with that massive 450.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot rougher with that. The implement's a very difficult implement.
Any one of these lightweight men that manages to finish is going to really shake things up with the point spread.
It's going to be worth a lot of points. And the thing is they're also taking splits for each stair. So
exactly. So one step is valuable. Our next two athletes, we will have Josh Harrelson and Philip Brinkman. Bring out the forklift.
These guys are a little taller, so that last step's going to be a little bit more advantageous for them.
Our master operator right there, TJ Hovel, the man who can lift anything.
Watch out for the forklift. TJ, the master forklift driver.
Philip Brinkman was one of those guys that just had a standout performance with being how fast he was on the farmers and that carry medley. Not to take anything away from Harrelson right here, another tremendously skilled athlete, and that's why he's here, staring down the barrel.
Oh boy. All right, everybody getting set?
The judges are getting squared away, and these guys are raring to go.
You're all excited, you're fired up, you're just like,
They are just
cut me loose.
they're gonna explode on that first one. Let's just watch.
I wanna go now. I wanna go now. Now. I wanna go.
Just doing some lip reading right here. Our judges are getting squared away on making sure that if they have to do a splits time, counting when the athlete got their pin to a single step to differentiate the scores, how they're going to be level and fair about making that time call.
Every step's gonna be pretty important.
Here we go. Brinkman already feeling that weight, as does Harrelson.
There we go, he's got it figured out.
I love the technique from Brinkman here. Check that out. All right, let's see it, the 450.
Yeah, we got a stair.
Every step is gonna take so much effort.
3. 4 steps.
Philip Brinkman.
First man to complete it. All the way out.
He's got it. That is big. Josh Harrelson has 20 seconds left.
This is where that 1 inch makes a big difference. Watch this.
Even one step is big points. Brinkman is right there cheering him
10
on.
seconds.
And he just can't find the power.
It's like that much makes a world of difference in this event.
That was a big win for Brinkman there. Huge. So far, he is the only lightweight male competitor.
Shoes.
Perhaps it was the shoes.
Shoes.
But also, I mean, it's strength.
Yeah.
That's a big weight.
Yeah.
All right, our next two athletes to the arena floor, we have Nick Strauss versus Jack Turner.
Let's go, Jack.
I think this might be the first time I see Nick Strauss wearing a belt.
Yeah. Smart. Jack's got lifters on.
I heard some good love for these athletes. Are there some Nick Strauss fans in the house? What about Jack Turner fans? Give them some love. They're going to need it, especially on that heavy one. What'd that chair ever do to you, Nick?
Nothing.
Just go and kick it like that?
Yeah. Whoopsie.
All right, here we go.
Now look at Jack, how Jack had his handles left, and look how he does. Here we go. Close heat. Here we go. Neck and neck. Both on 2.
Turner is looking a little bit more strong on this block, but Nick is right behind him.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's go up.
Both men, this is where Nick Strauss could pull ahead. 30 seconds left.
Oh, he's got a stare.
This is big. 20 seconds. Let's hear some energy, crowd. Give them some love.
Oh, Jack's got it on. They're both on.
5 seconds. Wow. Now that's why we wanted our judges all calibrated, because it's going to come down to a split time on who got to that second step first.
Yeah, but it looked like they hit it at the same time. That's gonna be in the tens of seconds.
It's hanging in the balance for sure.
Yeah.
But both men leaving it all on the stairs.
Yep.
All right, our next 2 athletes just make way for the forklift as you come out. Richard Muchigamba versus John Alaimo. This is going to be a really good heat. Both guys, just absolute powerhouses throughout the weekend.
Strong and athletic. So this is going to be interesting to see what happens with the explosive power on these. Hey, if JF Caron tells you how he thinks you should do the power stairs, you should probably listen. He's really, really, really good at it. Just saying. Getting the time set. Go.
Richard means business.
Wow. Oh, easy. Oh, flying.
Richard
yeah,
has a
we go.
massive
we got a good
deadlift.
Time going.
I know his deadlift is a big
Here
asset for these.
Here we go. Oh. Move it back a little.
This is where John could pull ahead.
Move it back a little. Move it. There you go. Not so close. There you go. Not so close. Up. There you go. Not too close. Too close. Back it up a smidge. Let's go.
20 seconds left. Oh,
no.
Come on, Richard, one more effort.
5, 2. Wow.
That has to be a tremendously disheartening feeling to have your implement go tumbling back down behind you.
That's the ultimate penalty. When it goes down 2 stairs, it goes back.
I don't know what the technicality is. I want to say he might get credit for it because he got it to the stair.
Yeah.
But that took away all opportunity from him to get to the next one.
Well, yeah.
Either way, a tremendous effort. But so far, Brinkman, the leader, the only one to get all the way to the top.
Yeah.
Our next 2 athletes will be your final heat of competitors in our men's lightweight. Alex versus Matthew McQuiston.
So one of the critical mistakes in that one was the guys getting too close to the implement and they can't lean back at the top because it won't clear. So it's like, you want to be close, but not too close.
That lean back is everything.
It's everything in this.
Now,
unless you're 6'8", then it's piece of cake.
I speculated on Philip Brinkman's performances from yesterday, but these 2 guys are right in that same tight group of athletes.
Oh, yeah.
McQuiston and Sukup. So explosive, so fast. And these are another two guys that when they started, like on their log yesterday, there was no difference from rep 1 all the way to the last rep that they did.
Yeah.
They kept that gas pedal down. So I think they're going to have a really good shot at completing this series.
I think you're right. I agree with that. These guys are going to be the two to watch for sure.
I don't think they're going to take the foot off the gas the whole time. And they're both a little taller. The only difference is shoes. See how that comes into play.
I can't even pick a favorite on this one. They're just so well matched. It's going to be a nail biter for sure.
They're both about the same height too. I think the only thing I would change if I was doing this is I'd also have another pair of knee sleeves on my shins.
All right, our last heat.
Yeah.
They are so well matched. Onto the 400. McQuiston is the first down.
Wow. Smoking it.
Matthew McQuiston.
Too close, back it up.
Wow.
Wow. What a great run. 40 seconds. Lots of time. Lots of time. Lots of time. 30 seconds. Let's go. Up. Lots of time. 20 seconds. 15.
Alex Sukup.
Wow.
That was awesome. Alex with the heart.
Giving it absolutely everything.
That was fast.
That gave me chills.
Both.
You guys are phenomenal out there. I'm sure those men loved hearing your support and feeling it, bearing down on them. That concludes our men's lightweight. We will make the pins and blocks even heavier for our men's heavyweight open category.
Hey, let's give a hand to the spotters and loaders for doing all this hard work, because this is not an easy event for them to do.
All right, we would no longer have that rogue power pin loaded with circular weights. It is all blocks across the board. 400, 450, and 500 pounds of metal weight. It's huge and it's heavy. This stage is an achievement in itself, but for this category of athletes, these men, these finalists, are all competing to see who will be crowned the victor of the 2024 Open and be the last competitor on the roster of the strongest man on earth in 2025. As we get that last 500-pound block onto the arena floor, our first two competitors in our men's heavyweight will be John Furr and Nicholas Smith. Go ahead and come on out, Nick. Sweaty guys. Oh, that was quick. Oh, so productive. Probably the category of athlete least affected by the height of the stairs, but will make up for it in weight. 500 pounds for 5 reps at the end.
For these guys, if you're trying to get into the strongest man on earth, 500 pounds on a power stair should not be that bad.
What makes you think you're safer over here?
I'm not. So pick it up, go really, really fast that way.
That's the goal.
Your chest speaks really loud.
I know.
As if there wasn't enough pressure to be the pace setters in the first heat to go. These are the two athletes that had the lowest score on that Circus dumbbell. So if you want to make up for lost ground, that's a whole nother layer of pressure bearing down on you.
Yeah, you got to drop the hammer down on this. There is no holding back.
Okay, I'm getting word from Chad Coy that John Furr is going to be by himself, which means we may have had an athlete drop out due to an unfortunate strain or sprain or something along those lines.
Aww.
You hate for it to happen, but with the magnitude of these weights and implements,
Hope they're all right.
and I honestly don't know who it might have been. So far, from what I could tell, every one of these guys looked great walking off the field.
Yeah.
John Furr. Here he goes.
All right, let's go, John. Set the pace. There we go. Yeah. Yep. Perfect. All right. Yep, swing it up. Yep, use the implement, swing it up. There you go.
All right, the
Let's
450
go,
is
one more
up,
set.
onto the 500.
On to the 5.
John
Let's
can
go.
deadlift some big weight. He's got this. He just needs to keep that endurance.
Let's go.
"20 seconds left, and every step is
There
valuable
it goes.
points.
There's one, 15 seconds. All right.
I believe he will get credit for that second step. All right, our next two athletes, we have Nick Smith and James Jeffers. I just got confirmation that unfortunately Josh Gregory has pulled out of the competition.
I'd always get in trouble because I'd always come out and like do the first one and then put it back, so I knew how far to be away.
Even with these rubber mats, that shook the whole arena floor.
Yeah, you can feel it. Now, when the strongest man on earth gets to doing these, the last one's 600 pounds. It's another 100 heavier.
Well, they're warming up for next year.
Yeah, it's getting real fast.
Nick Smith and James Jeffers.
Yeah.
Look how much Jeffers is clearing each step.
Yeah.
Strength to spare.
Nice. Yeah, good rhythm. Moving through.
Jeffers is the first there, but Smith is right behind him. Onto the 500.
Here we go. 2 down. 3, 4. One good step, all the way on.
James Jeffers.
Yeah.
Come on, Nick. Big power.
One more, Nick. One more. Hands off.
And Nick Smith. Both men completing the series, but Canada comes out on top in that heat. Up next, USA versus USA, Nicholas Gardione versus Andrew Burton.
Pressure's on this one.
Especially after watching Jeffers there. I mean, these guys need to move fast. Andrew Burton had started the day in first after yesterday's qualifying rounds. He had some pretty good points on the Circus dumbbell.
Yep.
I know he was a little bit anxious. It's not one of his strong events, but this is a strong event for him. He is very confident in the power stairs. And Guardione, I mean, he goes again, circling like a carnivorous predator, ready to attack each step.
Well, he was a point and a half behind, so he was in second going into this day. So this is going to be big points.
Nick Guardione has had some very harsh calls against him. It's come down to accuracy and mistakes. He cannot afford any more mistakes starting here with the power stairs. He knows he wants to win. His training partner and brother in strength, Austin Andrade, won last year.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want those bragging rights that Austin to keep over him.
Yeah. Smooth as fast. Wouldn't be a bad idea to chalk all the handles too.
Power and precision.
Got Travis over there getting things lined up for him. So now he's 2.5. Dead heat.
Burton is slightly ahead. Oh, a costly catch on the
Big
lip.
mistake. Let's go. Let's go. Nick's got 2
Guardione has
on,
pulled
go.
ahead.
Move. Let's
Anything
go.
can happen.
Come on. Let's go. You got a good time. Put the hammer down.
Nicholas
Yeah.
Guardione with a perfect run. Let's go, Andrew.
Come
Power.
on, Andrew. Come on, Andrew.
2 more steps.
20 seconds.
Come on, Andrew.
10 seconds. Gotta go now. Oh, 5.
What a
So
show.
And that's what you gotta love about the sport, you know?
Nicholas Guardione, a perfect run. He needed it.
Yeah. That's clutch. I mean, sometimes you need it, you gotta do it. That was clutch.
I'm sure it feels good. Not to mention a nice fist bump from the T-Rex Evan Singleton over there.
Yeah.
Possibly a future rival for next year, we'll see. Our next 2 athletes coming down to the arena floor, Alex Kopp versus Josh Spurgeon.
You would think that's the time to beat now.
Alex Kopp is such a dynamic athlete.
Yeah, he is.
May not be one of the biggest competitors on this heavyweight roster, but he is so fast, so explosive, and so strong. And then Spurgeon is back with a vengeance after last year. Both guys placed well on the dumbbell. Let's see how it carries over to this Power Stair series.
I'm just looking at that crossbar and the keg toss, thinking how cool that looks, the strongest man on earth. Getting to watch the thing diamond cut, laser cut those things. At right iron, that was pretty badass.
Here we go. Spurgeon is moving so fast. Joshua Spurgeon is having a great run.
He's moving. It's close.
Let's go, Joshua. Keep that gas pedal down. Joshua Spurgeon does it. What a great run. Alex Kopp onto the 500.
Come on, 25.
Let's go, guys. Get behind him.
15 seconds, Alex.
Come on, Alex.
One more. And he is spent. Joshua Spurgeon with a great run. I don't know how it will compare to Nick Guardiones. He slowed down a little bit on that third step, but it's close.
It's close. I think it's about a second.
He should
slow.
feel very good about that run.
Yeah,
It was
he
awesome.
should feel great about that run.
But that brings us to our final two competitors in our men's heavyweight open, USA versus Canada, Tim Buck and Joey Lavallee.
So let's give it up for the equipment crew. These guys are busting their butts, quite literally, making this happen. And I would say the power stairs, from an equipment standpoint, is probably one of the hardest events to reset. A couple of these guys said, "Man, I should have brought my belt." I didn't know I was gonna be getting a training session in, but yeah, these guys are laying it all out on the line. I want to say these power stairs are not easy. So that handle, you'll see the handle swinging around. That makes it a lot harder, and it's a separator, but I think that you're getting to clearly see who is better on this event, and that's what you want in any good strongman event. You want separation between the athletes. So, you know, some of these guys coming out and blowing this up right now, absolutely incredible to see. Yeah, these last two, I think, are gonna be swinging for the fences. That's what I would say.
Oh, they have to. They have to. They want to be the strongest man on earth. They have to.
Well, both men are undeniably thinking about Nick Guardiones and Josh Spurgeon's performances if they want to come out on top, which they proved they did on the dumbbell. They need a perfect run. No mistakes, no catches on the lip of those steps, just speed and power the whole way through.
Turning the right way on the way down is going to make a difference.
It's a lot of pressure to put on them, but these guys are battle-hardened and seasoned. They are both veterans to the Shaw Classic. They both came here with the intention of winning last year, fell a bit short to Austin Andrade, but now it's time to prove it.
Well, I know Joey's got to do a lot of power stairs in Canada, so it's going to be pretty interesting.
Buck versus Lavallee, USA versus Canada.
Oh, they're moving. It's close.
Lavallee pulls ahead. Joey is on fire.
Flying. Yeah.
Tim Buck is catching up.
Tim's coming up on him.
Let's hear it for these two men.
They're getting close.
Joey Lavallee. And Tim is right there. What a show. So
Wow.
close. And big points for both athletes as they head into day 3, the final day of the Shaw Classic Open. One more massive round of applause for all the competitors today. What a day 2 this was. Not to take anything from the 160 total athletes away yesterday, but it was so much fun getting to watch the finalists here today. Just high caliber strength at every turn. Victoria, any parting thoughts as we wrap up day 2?
I mean, this day 2 has been incredible, right? And yesterday was a qualifying round, and that's set in place to separate the athletes, right? And I think these athletes definitely showed today that they earned to be here. So excited for day 3.
Absolutely. Nick, any parting thoughts as we wrap up today?
Well, that was a great event for Nick Cardone because he won it. So that was the killer time. Parting thoughts for today, it was an amazing show. A lot of athletes put it on the line. There's some really interesting lead changes. They're going to mix up the points a lot, make tomorrow a really big day.
A really big day indeed. And one thing that Victoria touched on earlier is that these athletes are here to do a job.
Yep.
That is to win, put it all on the line, and come out on top if they have the skill, which these finalists have demonstrated they sure do. So as tempting as it is to socialize, to hang around, they need to be recovering, they need to be resting, and they need to be priming their bodies to perform with nutrition and sleep and all of that to come back. Tomorrow, we will have the Max Hummer Tire Deadlift, one of my personal favorite events and my all-time favorite deadlift. And we will have the Atlas Stone Series to wrap up the finals on day 3. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being an amazing crowd. My name is Gabriel Pena. Some of you might know me as a Texas Titan. I've got Nick Best and Victoria Long on the mics with me, and it's been a pleasure being here to bring you all the action. Y'all keep enjoying your weekend. Go check out the expo. I'm going to head over there shortly. I'll see you at the Evolution Athletics booth, and I will see you tomorrow right here at the same time for day 3 and to see who is crowned our champions. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you and good night.
Thank you, guys.
Good afternoon. Good morning.
Good morning.